Guys, welcome back to the channel, Guns, Ammo, and Drones. So I've got 6 pistols here that, in my opinion only, you should own in 2020. You don't have to own them all, but these are the ones, in my opinion, that if you're going to buy a first-time gun, or if you're just looking at upgrading your collection, these ones here are fantastic. And I do have some criteria that I use for this list, and one of them would be reliability, one would be price, one would be round count, and ergonomics for sure, because at the end of the video I'll tell you which one of these is probably my favorite overall. And it's definitely a tough decision because I think all 6 of these pistols are absolutely amazing for the price, for the ergonomics, and again, we'll talk about that. Now, in no particular order, we're just going to go ahead and start down here. And you might have seen my other review on this particular pistol, and I believe that I've done a review on all of these separately, but this one here, the Smith & Wesson SD9 VE, I mean, come on, it's a Smith & Wesson. It's a fantastic gun. It's very, very reliable. 9mm, so you know, the ammo is a little bit cheaper than, and I believe actually all of these are 9mm, by the way. Just come on, it's Smith & Wesson. This one here has probably the lowest round count out of all of them. There we go, 16 rounds. Most of these have 17 or 18, but it's still a fantastic gun, obviously. So the magazine, it's all steel mag. It works really well. It loads up really well. Now these guns are clear, and I might not show clear on all the guns, but none of these guns have ammo in them in the magazine. Smith & Wesson, geez guys, it's been 160 years, I say 160-year-old company, and one of the reasons why I like this is really price. I mean, among other things, the reliability. It's a Smith & Wesson brand, plus it looks just great, and it's just really nice looking. I love this two-tone, this bi-tone feel. The aggressive back strap and the aggressive front strap really give you a really good hold on the gun. The sights are 3-dot white, which I actually like. I know some of you guys, I've seen some of the comments, you're not big on the 3-dot sights, you want to change them out, and that's fantastic, but I really, really like these. The gun is made very well. Really good slide serrations on it. Now, I will say that all these guns are under $400, and some of these guns are under $300. And surprisingly, again, I've had to defend a few of my comments on this gun here. This, for me, was a sub $200 gun. I actually paid $181 for this, and I really do feel bad, and I'm not trying to gloat or anything like that. Some of you guys are paying $300, $350 for this gun right now. I just bought at the right time last year. I've wanted this gun for quite a while, and I bought it on Gunbroker for $181, so I got a good deal. And you guys can do the same thing. Maybe not in the climate right now because of the COVID and all these protests and things that are going on. I mean, gun sales are through the roof again. But when I bought this one, I got a really good deal on it. Ergonomic wise, I mean, it feels like a Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0, if you guys know what those feel like, as opposed to one of these. It's very Glock 19-ish as far as size. And as you can tell, and I've had this gun for about a year, it has held up amazing. Now, I don't have a lot of rounds through it, probably 400 or 500 rounds, but the finish on it is just absolutely amazing. Takes down just like a Glock. So because it's Smith & Wesson, because of the quality, because of the price, this is definitely a gun that I would definitely suggest that you guys try to get a hold of. We'll go right over here to this one here. Now, this one here, this is the IWI Masada. It's also 9mm. As you can tell, it is cut for an optic, and it comes that way from the factory. And I'm not sure that if Masada makes one without the factory cut or not. I'm not really sure. But this one here, I ended up getting for a little under $400, and it is also a very, very nice pistol. IWI makes a lot of really popular guns that just go back decades, like the Uzi and the Galil, as far as smaller submachine guns and rifles. And this gun here is no different as far as the quality. It is just a really comfortable gun. The bore axis is probably a little bit higher than what I personally like. I really like low axis or low bore axis pistols, but this thing here just comes with a ton of features. Magazines, these are 17 round mags, and they say made in Italy, so I'm going to assume that these are going to be Mekgar magazines, so you know that it comes with two. They're made very, very well. This gun is definitely worth the $350 to $400 that you probably would pay for this. Now, I haven't checked on the prices of these lately. You could pay a little bit more, again, given the climate of today's issues here in the United States, but it is a fantastic gun. The finish is absolutely amazing on this gun. I don't remember off the top of my head what the finish is, but it's very Teflonish, so it has held up really well. And I just put on a cheap green dot. Now, you don't find too many green dots. There you go. As far as pistol sights, and so I was kind of curious about it. Make sure it's turned off. Yep. And it's made by ADE, but that's beside the point. It's on Amazon. It's a fairly cheap one, but it's worked really well. It's got nice three dot sights if you decide not to use an optic. And by the way, these plates that it comes with 4 of them, so it gives you many options to attach some of the more popular red dots on the market. Got your rail up front, really nice big squared trigger guards, so if you have gloves, you can get in there and pull the trigger. Obviously trigger safeties, and I believe all these do have the trigger safeties except for one, and we'll get to that. The texturing is really not that bad. It could be a little bit more aggressive, considering I know that they do make them more aggressive, but it's just a really nice feeling gun. If you're looking for something that's probably going to appeal to 98% of the people out there that like to shoot, you'll love this one. It's got a great feel in the hand. As far as when you're shooting it, the perceived recoil is really not that bad. I mean, it's 9mm, but this is a fairly decent sized gun, and it performs really well. So we're going to jump up here to the Taurus G3. Now, this one here, we'll talk about the G2C in a second. The G2C is the smaller version of this one. You know, the barrel's not as long, the grip on it is not quite as full size, and this one does come with another magazine. It comes with another 15 round. This one here's the 17 with the extension on it, and surprisingly, for this being a double stack magazine, okay, and you can see it's got 17 rounds. For it being a double stack, this thing actually feels almost like a single stack. I'm very, very impressed with this gun, and I always have been. When I first picked this one up at the local gun store, I didn't buy it there. I bought it online because you get a much better deal online. This gun is under $250. Well, at least it was anyway. Again, it's been a while since I've checked on the price of these. I think you can still get these for roughly $250 and under. On Gunbroker, some of the other sites, Grab a Gun might have a few of these. This gun is just absolutely amazing. Taurus has really upped their game over the last 3 or 4 years, especially with the introduction of the G2C and now this G3 model. I'm very excited to possibly see the G4 or whatever they're going to call it, because this has been a really fantastic gun. And as far as trigger's really interesting. If you guys haven't shot this yet, or held it or dry fired it, it's got a really interesting trigger. It's kind of sloppy, but it's also double action, and it gives you the option to do that double strike in case your first round doesn't go off. It allows you to put a couple more pings on the primer to ignite it. It's pretty interesting. It's a different feel to the trigger, and it's one of those things you might have to get used to. But I will tell you, this gun goes bang every single time. I have had no issues with this. This is absolutely a gun that I would definitely recommend for the year 2020 and beyond. The slide material, it's a little lacklusterish, to be honest with you. It's just like a Parkerized finish possibly, but it scratches pretty easy. But for the cost of the gun, you really can't beat it. For the reliability in these things now, it's just really a nice gun. And that was the Taurus G3. The next one we're going to go over to is the Beretta APX. Now, when I first got this one at my FFL, I bought this one with having never felt this gun before. And I remember looking at it, I'm thinking, man, I love the way it looks. I love the, the all FDE color scheme. But when I picked this gun up, it just melted right into my hand. It felt like I've been holding this gun all my life. I know it sounds kind of strange, but if you guys own one of these, or if you have a gun that you feel that way about, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you haven't held this gun is fantastically comfortable. I like finger grooves in the pistols. My fingers just have no problem going right to where those are. And I know some of you guys don't like them, and some of you guys couldn't care less. I'm almost borderline. I don't really care less, but when they do have them, I love it. This gun feels absolutely amazing. You've got 3 interchangeable back straps here that actually wrap around even to the sides here. So you can customize this just like many pistols that are out there. As far as the slide, yeah, it looks strange. It's got these slide serrations all down the front. So if you guys are one of these guys that like to do press checks or whatever, it's really good for that. It's got a full rail up front, big squared off trigger guard, safety. It's got a great trigger. And I know I didn't talk about some of the resets on some of these other guns, but I'm definitely going to talk about a couple of these here. The trigger is really nice. It's about a 4-pound trigger. All right. Here, let me drop that mag so we can. And the reset is pretty darn quick. Pretty good. It's audible, and most of these actually do have audible resets. Fantastic gun. If you're looking for basically a do-it-all gun, it's a nightstand gun. You could carry this if you want, even though this is pretty big pistol. It's a little bit bigger than the Glock 19 as far as it's probably more the 17 length. And so it is a bigger gun. You could carry it, but you might not really want to all the time. They do make a smaller version of this, the compact, called the Centurion, which is just as reliable, has all the same features. Steel sights, low bore axis. I do like that. It's not as low as a Glock and some of the other pistols that I've got, like the G3 or the Smith & Wesson, but it is low, and it's just a really sweet shooter. These guns here, you can pick these up for $300 to $350. So again, these are all sub $400 guns. Amazing gun. Now we're going to jump up here to this one. These guns have become so popular over the last four or 5 years, really. The Canik TP9. Now this is the SF. Very reliable. I can't tell you how. I'm trying to find the right words. Impressed. I'm very impressed with the quality of pistols that have been coming out of Turkey. And up until some of these pistols that I've been buying that are from Turkey, I haven't really cared a whole lot about Turkey. We've got enough going on here in our country, but this is an amazing pistol. Now, this is a full-size pistol. I mean, you can see I have medium-sized hands, but I've got plenty of room there. I mean, this is a big gun. Striker fired. Actually, all of these pistols are striker fired. I should probably tell you that also. So if you like hammered guns, these aren't it. But these are all striker fired. This gun's really nice. Again, nice big squared off trigger guard. Magazine holds 18. So you've got 19 rounds in this gun. Makes it a very, very nice gun to carry, to put in your house, leave in your truck. And again, the prices on these probably right now are in the mid 300s. Now, some of them, they make some other, the Elite, some of the other versions of this gun are certainly more expensive. And just an amazing gun. The feel, the trigger is really nice. Trying to remember what I had on my trigger gauge. I believe this was just a little under 4 pounds, and it feels really nice. And it also has one of the best and quickest resets I have seen in a pistol. I mean, literally, as soon as you take it off, it moves about a 1/16 of an inch. And look at that. It's audible. You can clearly feel it in your finger, and it goes through the whole gun, but it's not obnoxious or anything. The slide finish is really nice. It takes down really easy with these two big oversized takedown tabs. And it's just one of those things where you don't even have to, like on a Glock, you have to pull it back. You can just pull it down and it opens right up. Nice slide release on it. Nice big squared magazine release. Just a really nice gun. Which takes us back to the last pistol here of the 6. Now, this is one of my newest guns, and thanks to one of you guys out there, I was introduced to the Sarcel-Maz, the SAR 9. Now, this is a 9mm striker fired pistol. Now, one of the things that you'll notice right off the bat is, if you know anything about H&K, the grip looks just like the VP9, and for the most part, it feels just like the VP9. As far as the slide, this two-tone stainless steel, real nice serrations here, but feels and almost looks just like the Glock. Nice 3-dot sights here, which again I really like. Very highly polished barrel and 17-round mags. I will tell you that out of all of these guns, of these 6 anyway, and to be honest with you, probably out of just about every other gun that I own, this is my favorite gun for comfort and just the overall feel of the gun. And I've got a lot of nice guns. You know, the APX is really comfortable, and the Canik would be another really comfortable gun. This one here is absolutely amazing. You can get these, I believe, right now for about $299, so this is under $300 gun. I mean, you might as well just call it a $300 gun, but you can get this a little bit cheaper if you dig a little bit. You can watch my other video on this gun specifically. Just like the H&K, it's got removable backstrap, which you can change these out to 2 other sizes, but these panels here also slide off towards the back, and you can completely customize it. So if you want to put a tall or a wider side piece here and leave a smaller one on the other side, you can do that to customize your feel. This gun right here is absolutely amazing as far as ergonomics. When you're holding this gun, it feels just like it's a part of your hand. Like, again, kind of like the APX, like I've been holding this for years. It is absolutely amazing. And it's also Turkish, so as far as the Turkish factories and things like that, you're looking at the ISO 9001 state-of-the-art facility, so they make these guns really well. Just like the Canik, the Turkish reliability in their pistols is just spot on. It has everything that you need, and maybe even a few things that you don't need. Look at how big these takedown tabs are. I mean, it's very nice. The one thing I don't like about it, and I don't mind safeties on my guns, this one here is super hard to engage, and it's a little bit easier to go down, but it's not like a 1911, or it's not like some of the other pistols that are out there where they're real easy to engage. But I guess that's probably a good thing, you know, so that you don't accidentally engage it or disengage it, you know, during the wrong time. And you'll notice this little orange or red triangle right there that lets you know that the gun is cocked. All right, now again, there's nothing in the chamber, nothing in the magazine, and then once you pull the trigger, it disappears. Now I will tell you, the trigger is not the best, but it gets the job done. It could be better. And one of the other things that I'm not a big fan of with this pistol, and I'm kind of hoping that the more I shoot this, the easier it'll get, would be how stiff that main spring is. The recoil spring is really difficult. It's not horrible, but it's probably the stiffest spring out of any gun that I have. I really do have to pull it back, and sometimes, like it just did, this thing will just slip right out of my hand. Now I'm doing this like this for the video. Normally I do this. I get my hand over the whole thing. Like if I'm at the range or something, this is how I normally do it, so that I can put as much contact on the slide as possible. But this gun feels amazing, and for the price, you can't beat it. So as far as all these pistols, and we talked about them being under $400, some of them are well under $300, some of them are at $300. If I was to pick one of these and suggest to you one of these guns, I would probably suggest the SAR. It is amazingly comfortable. The price is spot on. Actually, once, maybe later in the year, once all the COVID stuff and all these protests and riots and things like that, these guns should come back down in price probably sometime next year, I'm gonna guess. But if you don't want to wait and you've got $300 to spare, you would not be disappointed with this gun. I don't own an H&K VP9, and to be honest with you, I don't really even need to now, because this one feels just like it, if not better, in my opinion. And knowing that I paid more than half the price for this over a VP9 really just makes me happy. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. These 6 guns, again, are some of the ones that I would definitely recommend you guys go out and buy. They're fantastic guns. All of them are priced really well, and a lot of great features on them. Round count, I mean, they hold a lot of ammunition, and that's a good thing. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Thanks, guys.